So I'm driving Tesla FSD 11.4.3. So I just wanted to give you an update how it works on freeway. So I'm just taking ramp here, the freeway ramp. So there is a lot of traffic here, so I just want to see how car merges in on the freeway. So this is the freeway actually we are going to merge, and there are a lot of cars. With the previous version there were issues merging freeways, but I can see in this version it basically merged very easily. So now it is trying to change the lane. So let's see how fast it can change the lane. It's a crowded traffic today, so even for human it is very difficult to take decision when we have to change the lane. But I'm just trying to see how Tesla works here. I think this lane is completely blocked, so probably Tesla is recognizing that this is the fastest lane, so it is keeping on this lane for the freeway. But I'm going to increase the speed. So now the speed is 65, so I'm going to go to 75 and see if it can analyze which is the fastest lane, and over the period of time does it change the lane. When freeway is empty, I observed that it changes lane very rapidly and goes to the fast lane. If the speed of the car is at high speed, then it will change the lane rapidly. But now I think it's crowded lanes on the other side also, so it's not changing lane that drastically. So let's see. I mean, it is maintaining safe distance. Now it is looking for the lane to change because this there is a truck here, so it is merging, so it should let this truck go. I think it waited for it, so which is really good, because sometimes if you have zone this one, then it wouldn't see it. Now it is saying that I want to change the lane, so it is looking for the spot to change the lane. But I liked what Tesla FSD did in there, because if the lane is open, it would have just went through the lane, and I would have encountered accident. But I think it waited for the big truck to merge, and then it allowed me to change. It allowed me to drive. So it's really cool. I think there is a lot of improvement in this particular version. In the previous old version, this blue line, it used to be very small line, so it would not recognize if any car is coming into this car, the driving car. So but now they have increased the bandwidth for this particular blue line, so now it can see the wider view when it drives. So it's pretty much improvement in there. Again, I mean, if you have to increase the speed, you can increase it. Now it is 65. I kept 75, and now it is looking into the lane to change. But now it is changing the lane, which is good. So again, I think this one has a truck in front, so it is going to change the lane again. So it changed the lane now, so which is good. I mean, it's a safe and it's very reliable. That's what I observed. On the freeway, technology has gone pretty I mean, there is a lot of improvement over the period of time. So now I can see that it's comfortably changing the lane. When I started driving initially Tesla FSD, when I was on the freeway, it was a little scary, because you are basically relying on the autonomous driving system, right? So when I go closer to the car, I used to scare, right? Because it's all autonomous driven. But now I have been driving this car for for on FSD almost like 5 to 6 months. So I have pretty much confident now that it may not make a mistake, and I know you have to be careful and you have to be ready to take over the car. But freeway, it's pretty good. I mean, it changes the lane and it remains in the fast lane. If some car is behind this car, my car, then it recognizes that there is a tailgating and it will change the lane. But sometimes it doesn't recognize us, it's a tailgating or whatever. So I generally go into the middle lane because I don't want other cars to get annoyed by my driving, because I don't want to go above 75 in this particular lane. But I see now some of the cars are moving around my car, so you can basically manually change the lane. That option is always there. So in this case, it is trying to change the lane now, but there is always option to change the lane. But Tesla do recognize. That's what I realized when it is a lot of cars are tailgating. Then I don't know, AI basically it recognizes that something is wrong and it changes the lane, or maybe it is designed that way. I don't know. That I need to check with Tesla, but it's pretty accurate. So if this car is going slower than my designed speed, so it will change the lane now. So that way it is pretty accurate. So if I have to increase a little more speed, instead of 75, if I want to go to 77, I can further increase the speed, and it goes pretty at that particular speed, 77. So what I observed, when you drive manually, right, you cannot keep like 75 or 77 speed constantly. You have to, that is not how it works. I mean, when you press the gas, speed goes up and down. So if I'm driving for 1 hour, then I'm going to change the lane because there is a car behind me. So I'm going to change the lane manually and let that car go. But if you are driving like 75 miles per hour with this FSD or autopilot, you can basically cut down on the driving. So my drive used to be 1 hour for my job, but now it has gone down to like 50 minutes because it's constant. If I put 77, it goes to 77 unless there is a traffic. But it's pretty reliable. I can see my drive time has gone significantly. If I have to drive, like I drive 2 hours every day, so if you put like 50 minutes, so I save there 20 minutes of my driving. So that is also good. And when you're driving on the freeway, you can put it on FSD and just so it's less stressful. Initially, for once you have FSD, it will take probably a month. For me, it took almost a month to get used to FSD, because FSD is entirely different, and it's full self-driving. So you are basically depending on actually the machine to drive you. So that concept, to sink in that concept, it takes quite at least a month. But eventually it is improving a lot. It has improved a lot over the period of time. It may not be 100% now, but it is there. So some issues I have seen here. So if the speed is now, it is 75 miles per hour and it is 65, so it is going at 75 miles per hour. But if I drive some distance and the speed goes down to like 50 miles per hour, then I have to watch, because then FSD's speed is going to drop to 55. Then you have to again manually increase the speed to 75 or whatever you want to go with the speed. But you need to do that. Otherwise, if the traffic is going manual traffic, like all the gas cars or manual cars are going at 75 miles per hour, but if you are driving on FSD and if the speed on the freeway changes, because now FSD has been updated to read the speed on the freeway. So it basically detects the speed. So if it changes to 55 miles, it is going to go back to 55 miles. So you need to immediately change it to 75 miles per hour. So that you have to be careful. Then you have to be careful on construction zone. That's what I realized. So construction zone FSD is still there, but it's not fully there. It may not recognize it. It won't go into construction zone, but it just gets confused, and it will just sometimes it just stays there. I don't know. I don't have experience, but construction zone, I have seen that there is some difficulty for FSD to work around the construction zone. So those are the two problems I have seen on the freeway. So I'm going to drive on this freeway for some time. Hope you enjoy this video. If you like this video, please subscribe for my channel. Thank you so much.